Hi friends, this video is very important because in this video I have brought in all of my experience wherein I've worked with global founders and Indian founders in last 20 to 23 years in my professional career. In our experience, we have seen that more than 70% of the global structures actually fail and they do not give you the results which by with the founders actually started those structures. And in this video, I will talk about more in terms of why those structures fail and what Indian founders or global founders need to do to make the structures right so that that global expansion actually gives you the business result which you wanted. Most founders think that going global is about picking a country and just registering an entity. Actually, it is not. It's a structuring decision. The actual decision is about structuring in terms of how do you structure your holding and subsidiary relationship, how the structure, the money will flow from one entity to other entity, taking into consideration laws. In our audits, as I told you, most of the global structure fail not because the founders did something wrong, but because no one actually bothered about the larger issues in terms of how the dynamics will play. In our experience, we have seen that FEMA penalties can run up to three times of the transactions involved. And many times, just the FEMA penalties and the RBI penalties can just close down your global structure. And the single most commonly missed filing in our experience when a founder is raising a global capital or raising capital from foreign FC-GPR filings, which needs to be filed within 30 days of the funding, and the founders ignore, not because their intention is to ignore, but they don't have the right hand holding and the advisory. You know, I will give you the number one reason for a structure which fails is because the structure which was created with the vision that let's go with a service provider who can quickly register a company for me, and that service provider may not have that capacity or capability to think from both countries angle in terms of from India and Singapore or India or UAE or India or US, what the country may be. So the number one reason is that the structure was so many times the structure was built for that moment and not for long term. A Singapore holding company set up at C stage may be wrong for a Series B expansion. Reason two may be the place of effective control and management. Now, when you register a company, you do not look holistically in terms of how the entities will work and operate. So the entity may look proper and fine on paper because of two entities, but the real decisions are still being taken from India. There's a massive risk of place of effective control law to be triggered in your entity, and that may change the complete dynamics. Reason three, which I see, is transfer pricing documentation, intercompany transaction, and most of the founders, startup business owners don't even think about it. They actually don't have that awareness, and it only comes up when there is a due diligence or there is a notice which comes in from the department. The fourth reason why startups global structure fail is because of RBI and FEMA filings. That is treated as one-time event, but that they are not. You need to file every year. You need to file with funding round, and that is very important. The fifth reason I would say is your CA actually files the return, but your CA might not have that subject matter expertise for all the countries, and you need to take support from other consultant. And of all these reasons, uh, the cost of penalty is huge, and the timeline to rectify is such huge that many times either you have to close the structure or you have to pay hefty penalties, or if you are in middle of a fundraise, your fundraise will get impacted because of all the non-compliances which are there, right? So here are the five questions which I want every founder watching this video to know and ask yourself. The number one reason is, where is your effective management actually happening? Does your paperwork match that reality? Number two is, do you have a documented transfer pricing policy in terms of how money is moving between interrelated companies? Number three, are your RBI and FEMA filings current and are up to date? And number four, is your holding structure still right where your business is in terms of the business requirement? And tomorrow, if a VC wants to invest into your company and there is a due diligence, or if you get an acquisition offer, is your structure ready for that kind of investment and due diligence? If you can't answer all of these with confidence, then your structure is somewhere wrong, and just you have just not reviewed it and you have not thought it from that perspective, right? So what I can do is that at the end of this video, I have put up a Google form, and if you want us to help you and get into a 30-minute no obligatory one-to-one call to understand your structure and suggest you if there are challenges, we can do that for you. So book a time with our subject matter expert, and we will be able to help you. We have helped close to 750 plus businesses into different geographies, and we are a global cross-border expert as a firm. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope that you will take the right call. And if you need our support, we are there to support you always. Thank you.